Come vuoi, devo ignorare. Consideralo fatto. Però tutti alla vittoria.
Sì, mettiamoci al lavoro. Stai aspettando che i nemici ci vengano incontro? Quando tutti falliscono, metti davanti il nano.
Vendicherò 3 volte la tua morte.
After the second fight, we relaxed for a bit. This way I had a chance to find out some things about the others. This guy over here, Mordigan, is a regular high school guy. I asked him what is he doing here, so he told me that it was either this, or working the dishes at the Elf Song Tavern. Or emptying the chamber pots at the Red Chief Inn. So I asked him, who is this dude shouting really loud all the time? His old schoolmate, but now he wishes to be called Xiangsu. Nothing better than classmates who come up with their own nicknames. He encouraged me to ask him myself. Still, Mordigan told me to divide everything he says, at least by 4. To be done with it, I asked him could he tell me anything about himself. All of a sudden, this serious voice started talking to me from out of nowhere, so I was confused for a bit. After a couple of seconds, I had to turn on the subtitles to translate this speech to a more comprehensive language. The voice continued to recite Xiangzu's colorful biography.
When his master brought someone from a rival faction to his school, Xiangzu decided to flaunt the superiority of his own style to the stranger. He lost, and out of anger, left the school, signing up for another newly appeared school which taught a new style and rapidly grew in popularity. After training for a time, he almost won the local fighting competition until that same stranger beat him for the first place. Xiangzu fled again, and swore to learn every style in the world until he could find one this stranger, now his mortal enemy, could not win against. Wandering aimlessly for days, he eventually got captured and thrust into the Underdark and, subsequently, Baloth's Black Pits. He decides not to let this opportunity pass and use his current situation to train until he becomes just unbeatable enough, fueled only by rage and hatred in the face of loss.
Talk of dark and brooding, this guy is on another level, because even listening to him would make anyone angry too. And somehow, Mordigan understands this black speech. He explained that he knows language because one time he heard that chicks dig it even more than playing the guitar.
Admirable, but mistaken.
According to Mordigan and his translational powers, Thorne was captured a long time ago and he was stripped of his powers by Baloth's magic just for his amusement. His name derives from his birth process, and he described it as a painful ordeal for both parties. This guy here, as you can see, is all about color red. Much to my surprise, his name is not Crimson Red, but instead, he is called Kristoff. For some reason he especially hates anything green. Some of us think he actually can be colorblind, because he can't tell what's the number on this picture. And the last one of this bunch.
What's the strategy for your next battle?
Aim at the board and thing. Don't miss. That's the best.
So, without any further ado, let's bring it on.
Follow me.
They may not look like much, but these giverlings have passed inspection, unlike that last sorry gang. You'll have to break a sweat to slay these savages.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Morte ai nemici! Ai!
Har, har, har. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
The first Rasta of techniques told me I'm taking.
on, my precious pugilists. You've certainly proven that I picked well when I picked you to perish in the black pits.
Dear piece of paper. I think the next fight is when we are going to fight for real. I'm very excited about that. Since I'm in such a fine mood, I think it is a good time to tell you it happened to me some time ago. Few years ago, I was encouraged to go on a particular student exchange program. It sparked my interest in burning things you would not consider burning otherwise. And that's it. Anyways, thanks to this, I am actually an expert in Bob's motherland.
Relax now, brethren. The first Rasta for take these 2 games, take it.
I cannot say that it is a useful skill, but at least it's something I could put in a resume at the time.
Kan Morphs nie navel? It's a couple of seconds of them much.
We don't need to speak and think on this journey. Let's get some tunes for this trip, brethren. You can throw them darts and thing.
On the topic of Bob, he is a kind of naive person with his pacifist philosophy, but to give credit where it's due, he's most likely the best flute player on the coast. Some claim it is not a flute he is playing, but a miniature bong.
Devo ignorare il dolore.
I don't know what is wrong with this guy called Thorne, but he enjoys talking to me and Mortigan. And again, he spilled his guts on us by telling a story about some nasty stuff from his past. Years ago, in order to free his mother, he had to fight the remnants of enemy Orc tribe.
Presto avrò bisogno di riposo.
Non vi deluderò.
Insurgents, culture, imperium.
Cosa sta succedendo? Perché non andiamo avanti?
When they found her, she was totally alien to him.
Non vi deluderò.
You feel urges.
He told us that after years among those savage orcs, although she was free, his mother never really came back. There is no time to spare, as we are up for our proper debut. Wish us fortune in this battle, because certainly we are going to need it.
Ah, you have returned! Are you ready to spill blood on the arena floor?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the official first match of the Black Pits. The first battle is co-hosted by me and my dear friend, Met Demon. Met, say hello to our viewers.
Thanks Renzo, and hello everyone, I'm Met Demon, and it's really nice to be here.
The south part of the arena is occupied by the newcomers, led by none other than the community's favorite, Burn Gloria. Met, let's properly introduce our fighters.
Let's go then. Starting from the left hand side we got a chaotic neutral jester called Mordogan. In his cover letter he wrote, "Here for a good time, probably not a long time."
That's very funny indeed. moving on. Next we got a very interesting personality. It's none other than Christoph, the Paladin Inquisitor. As for his motivations, he wrote, "Greenskin life doesn't matter." His resume read that he used to be an accountant in Spanish Inquisition solutions for 50 years, and the first time he picked up a sword was a week ago. Also he says he's lawful good, but that's a far stretch to say the least.
That's right. Next in line there's the chaotic good bard named Bob Dylan. His resume says that he was named after famous Jamaican musician called Bob Dylan.
I'm sure that his mom got this totally right.
Yes indeed. Moving to his right, there's a warrior with the most colorful past, but when asked about his portrait he said he had to cut it out from his college yearbook.
Starting from the back position, there's Thorne, the group's cleric. As for an introduction, he just hates evil characters and orcs.
Well, I can tell you, if that's the case then he is in the real deep with this team.
And last but not least, the pack's leader, Gloria. As you might have known, she's a very huge fan of all things fire. She is the hottest of the team. Too much?
Yeah, too much.
Too much. That's why from now on we probably should use her other profile picture.
Prepare yourselves, my Underdark gladiators. A gruesome fate awaits you at the hand of this motley mob of miscreants. I yanked them from a shabby saloon. Perhaps the victors can celebrate with a drink.
In the north, we got the Plan B team.
The balance of that team looks really great, as they have all the bases covered. They got spellcasters, clerics and good-looking frontliners.
With this out of the way, let's start this battle. The newcomers rush into offense immediately. They cast horror and sleep, while the rest close in the distance. The strategy works as nearly the whole B team is disrupted by opener spells. Morgan gains supports with bow. Dylan goes for singing protest songs. Gloria launches the magic missile. It works. We got first casualties on the B team. But what's that? Thorne just got stabbed through the heart by the Gnarl fighter. How's he still standing? He takes 36 damage, and after a second he goes down.